These guys are all jerking it right now because we're both in the same fucking room.
Mogan especially.
Look me in the eye.
Okay, I'm starting this thing. I'm sick of it.
Sick of it. How do we open this?
Have you felt
It's a very good question. I don't know. Don't ask me about that.
What have we here?
You open it with this.
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
I do the same fucking move every time.
Thanks C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
Hello there.
Looking. Found someone you have, I would say.
May the fourth.
Good day, Galaxy Rogue Squadron podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I prematurely started the show,
I am Commander Cody.
and we are the Rogue Squadron podcast.
You know what I have to get used to is that I'm looking here to check how things are going,
I see what you're saying.
but the camera's here,
The what?
and the screen's here,
The camera.
and the chat's there.
It's a lot to look at.
I have ADD at the current moment because of everything that's happening right now.
Guess what else you can look at? Beautiful Mopar.
Man.
So, for all of you viewers, that we announced there was going to be an extra special nonsense being released.
You don't sound excited about that nonsense.
I've already preemptively.
Turner's pissed, so that's great. Welcome.
Mopar's back in Columbus for
Mopar's
good.
here.
So, it was a long and gruesomely tiring week of moving and packing and moving and breaking my fucking television.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm so sorry.
Why couldn't I have broken like a picture frame or a cat?
That would have been actually good. Yeah.
I had to break the most expensive thing that we were moving.
I think there is always. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah,
this
fuck
table
around.
swivels. Thank you. There's always a. Yeah, if you can't. You're here, and now I'm taking on your habits of starting 14 sentences and not finishing any of them. If you're not watching, first of all, go to YouTube and subscribe. You can watch the next episode, but we're in the same room.
Yeah.
So if Mopar sounds more loud and boisterous than normal, it's because he's coming in through my mic now, too.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome you.
I've decided that there's a casualty in every moving trip. It started with our couch during the storm of hell. And I think since then, we've always moved, and something has broken in the process.
Couch and coffee table.
Couch and coffee table, yeah.
Yeah. My, yeah. I own that TV for, I think, 5 months.
Oh, yeah, because you bought it after you moved. So
Yeah.
not even a year.
So it was like a 55-inch smart Samsung. It was like the screen behind the screen cracked. And so like physically it looks fine.
Right.
But when I turned it on, it had the color streams and
Yeah, because we set it up on the table and I didn't even think anything was wrong with it.
nope. And yeah, I was pissed. So
That's rough.
I'm not going to sit there and not have a TV. So bonus is I had to go out and buy a TV. The thing that sucks is I had to pay for it. So
Well, maybe we'll get a TV sponsor next and
that-
just get free TVs every month.
yeah. That's what a Best Buy credit card's for. They do 0% financing now. So it's if you spend like over $500, they just give you the money and there's no interest. So fuck it. It's like free money.
Yeah, we did that with ours back. Ours is kind of out of date. It's like almost 6 years old now. It's time for us to get a new one too. But we did the same thing. It was like $600 and we paid, I don't know, $35 a month for no interest for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's free money. So I'll take it.
Hell yeah, it is.
But that's what I'll be doing tonight is setting up the new TV. I don't think my finance squad pod. I don't think my old TV was actually 4K. It was like ultra high def, but it wasn't actually 4K. This one's at 4K. So it's the newer series of the one that I broke.
Okay,
so it was
cool.
a Series 6. This is a Series 7.
That's good. So you were with me when I bought this.
Yeah.
Walked out of the store.
He was pointing at a monitor,
I was
by the way.
pointing at a monitor, sorry. A TV monitor, computer monitor, gaming monitor. And we walked out of Best Buy and I was like, I didn't even think to ask if it was in 4K. No clue. Didn't even occur to my mind. About 2 or 3 months ago, I went and bought another one here, a bigger one, a 32-inch, and I did the same thing. I walked out, I was like, that one looks great. Didn't even ask if it's in 4K. And I still don't have a 4K TV. I've done that twice now.
Yeah.
It's highly upsetting.
Yeah. I've had really, really good luck with TVs and monitors and that. So this one, it just sucks. But, well, obviously, the newest one's going to break.
What?
Like, I'm not going to own an old TV. You buy new ones. So it's like my newest, biggest, most expensive TV broke.
Yeah. I
don't know where I'm going
confused
either.
on how you're
I don't
explaining
know.
this.
I'm just pissed off, guys.
Wait, you said the newest one always breaks.
Well, it was because like I still have my computer monitor. I've had that thing. I carry it by the bottom of it, like
Yeah,
a
the
fucking
HP. Yeah, that thing's pretty good.
yeah. That's fine. I tossed that in the back with the logs of wood, but that's fine. That made it. So,
man. Yeah, Jakota's saying over here, it doesn't matter. Let's give it Xbox One X anyways. So I'm not super pissed about the 4K because I'll probably have to drop $1,000 and get a new TV and the One X.
Yeah, it's going to be about
And
$1,000.
don't you need some fancy ass like HDMI cable, like super ultra
do need-
speed or something?
You need a 4K cable too.
It's too much shit.
Yeah, that's probably going to be my next purchase. The good thing is, like back in the day when you wanted a 55-inch television, you had to fork over $1,500. They've come way down.
Oh yeah,
Samsung's one of the top brands, LG, Samsung, and that sort of thing. For $500, like what the fuck? 4K smart? It does
a Samsung for $500.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cheap, man.
It does my dishes. It's fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
doesn't give me any lip either.
Yeah. Kerner's asking about the Batman photos. Yeah, I got 3 new ones at Comic-Con. A lot of this stuff I got at Comic-Con back in like
The smoke show.
May or June, and I haven't had a chance to hang it up yet. So yeah, there's what?
I was squeezing her.
3 new Batman ones. This Harry Potter one from Matt Spurlock is fucking awesome. I love that. And then some other shit. You can look at it.
I don't look at it. All right, guys.
Ready to drink?
Yeah.
Or we
So-
talk about the weather?
Oh, there are clouds.
It's beautiful.
Now
outside
the
right
weather edition
Is it not going to be as interesting?
It's going to be half because we only have to talk about one city's weather.
I think that's probably going to be great for people that are listening. Like, move the fuck on.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyways, it's been beautiful. That's good.
Episode 157.
That is accurate.
That's so. I always like to do that, and when I listen back to my own podcast because I'm full of myself like that, I like to hear that. So it's just mental. It's mental for me. 157.
157.
So we're gonna get into some sponsors here because we're super excited. Let's start off with.
I'm not that excited. No, I'm just
Utini. We got Utini shit.
No, I
here.
want to drink first. We're gonna drink.
Okay. All right, we're gonna roll the dice. We're drinking first.
So, proud to announce, beer reviews are now sponsored by our fucking friends at Tavour. Tavour. They sent us a whole box of awesome beer. I had a little bit last episode. I cheated because I didn't want to go get another 6-pack from Land Grant like I always fucking do. So I had some newbies from Tavour, which was great. But now they're officially sponsoring the beer reviews, which is cool. And we're going to crack open 2 of the things that they sent us that we've never had, never seen, never heard of. And they should be pretty interesting.
But as we bust these open, we'd recommend going over to Tavour.com. And you can just download the app. But basically, you get to pick. They'll have featured beers come out. You get to pick which ones you want, and they'll send them out monthly. You can use the promo code ROGUE, and you'll get $10 off your first order or your order of $25 or more.
Yeah.
So $10 off of an order of $25. That's some Amazon Prime shit with alcohol.
That's goodness.
Yeah. So we'd recommend going over there.
And please, fucking spell the code right. It's not Rouge. It's
not
Rogue.
Rouge.
Just like Rouge 1.
Actually, they charge you $10 extra if you if
They add it to your bill.
promo code
fucking
Rouge.
typo. Yeah.
Fucker. So that's what from now on we're going to be getting beers from them. We're super excited because we always struggle to find different beers. Like even though Columbus has 1 million breweries, you're somewhat still limited.
Yeah.
So this is super exciting for us to get into this. So again, Tavour, Tavour. You go to their website, or I guess it's easier if you just use their app, and you can just add to cart, ship the fucker.
Yep.
Promo code ROGUE.
Yeah, it's cool because they don't just send you a box of random stuff. Because what if you get 10 stouts and you hate stouts? You just scroll through the app and you gradually just click in whatever featured beers you think look cool. And then once you get to, I think once a month they send them all out. So you can just load your cart up over 4 weeks. Every time you see Tavour notification pop up, you're like, fucking, I want to drink that. And then all of a sudden you got 14 beers coming to your door.
We got more than 14. We got 2 big ones. We got fucking LSD Jesus on this one. I'm so excited. Kerner's got H2O going on right now. He drunk yesterday, put in bay. I saw he had a Savage Smoke Show wasted.
Kerner likes to say he's a savage, and then every time he has one sip of not Coors, he fucking throws up.
God
Which
damn.
one do you want to have first?
Well, I started opening this Christmas cheers and beers here over here. It's got like a wax. Is it like wine?
Like Maker's Mark.
Yeah, that's
Got a
what I was
wax
looking
cap.
for. So this, I'm unraveling
That's
this
the one
shit.
thing that they would melt and then you would stamp like your house sigil into.
Yeah.
Oh, I should show up here on that little Tavor website here. Sorry. While we're cracking this thing open and pouring it out. So the site is where you get, signed up and get registered, and then you just download the app. Everything happens on your phone. It's going to be fucking sweet.
Ooh, smells interesting.
Winteresting?
Like a winter interesting. Here, yeah, if you want to check the website out. Oh my God, those all look delicious.
Yeah. So I'm highly geeked. Jakota's talking shit about my shirt. Dude, it's a cool shirt. I'm a big fan of The Dark Tower before the movie was even announced, so I don't want to hear about it.
Wait, I bought that movie and it was like for free because everybody hated it.
Yeah.
I watched it. It was not that bad.
No, it's not bad whatsoever.
It was an entertaining movie.
I was just expecting a lot more out of them.
It's hard to, yeah, I agree. And it's hard to not expect a lot with the series being 7 books. And
yeah, I mean, they cut it down. They were trying to do it as quickly as they possibly could. The movie was only an hour and a half. I think it was supposed to be a lot longer, and they cut it down. That alone, like they were trying to make a one-off movie of an extremely long, whatchamacallit, that's
Frothy.
7 books long.
yeah, I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought the characters in it were pretty good. I thought Matthew McConaughey played the.
He was great.
He actually.
Idris Elba was great. What's your pour strategies?
I dump.
Oh, they can't see this.
I dump it. So what are we drinking here? We got this from Tavor. This is the last time I'm saying it. Tavor.com. Promo code Rogue. You get $10 off of an order $25 or more. That's fucking awesome. What are we drinking?
This is from Rooftop Brewing Company.
Where are they out of?
Washington. Let me just go in order.
Washington
Come
State.
on, motherfucker. Seattle, Washington. This is the Tank Ride. It's a Russian Imperial Stout.
Taint Ride.
Yep, the Taint Ride. It's Tavor hates it.
The Grundle.
Tavor's like, what did we do? It's the Taint Ride Ale aged in bourbon barrels. It's a special 2018 release. It's one of these big bottles. It's a pint 6, 8.5%. And yeah, this rest of this is yours.
It's a little bit frothy. Like I know you did a slow pour. I kind of poured it like an IPA, and this thing built up real quick here.
Kerner said it looks like coughing. I mean coffee.
That's the last time we're. Come on.
Yo, we need a chat moderator so you can ban him.
Kerner, can you take care of that?
It needs to go away.
Can you ban yourself? All right. Yeah, this is extra frothy, very dark. I can't see through it. I can't see the Columbus weather through it. Can you?
No.
This is the last episode. Cheers.
We haven't cheers in person in a while.
Tank Ride. Here we go.
We forgot a sniff test. I was kind of sniffing it as it went down.
Oh.
Dude, there's some sour notes in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra in there. All right. I know you read it, but I kind of want to read it too. Aged in bourbon barrels. Rooftop. Huh. No, there's a lot in there. It's an Russian Imperial Stout. Is that what you said? Rich, complex.
I was going to see if I can search the beer up and like get the full rating and everything.
What does it 8.5 by volume. Okay.
It's weird, man.
It says special 18 release, so this must be
Why are you repeating all the things I said?
because I wasn't listening. To be honest. I was pouring a beer, trying not to fuck around over here. No, this is a very interesting. It doesn't. While it has a lot to it, I don't think it drinks like a stout or a dark beer.
Yeah, it's way more carbonated, and it has some sour notes up front.
Yeah, which is. I'm not.
Our palate's fucked from the last beer that we had. We need a bowl of pretzels.
No.
Tavor, send us with the box. Please send us the pretzels.
And some legumes.
Pretzel necklace, please. Yeah.
Legumes. Man, this it's interesting. It's easily a 1 because of how interesting it is, and it doesn't drink like a dark bourbon barrel ale. But the sourness up front is actually kind of throwing me off to... It's weird. It's like throwing me for a loop. Like you start drinking a sour and you're like, all right, I can wrap my head around a sour, and then it finishes as like a dark ale and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
But not in a great way
and
for me.
And some aftertaste notes of coffee too. So I know you're not a big coffee guy, but there's certain types of coffee, like Ethiopian blends and everything, that are very acidic. So they have it's not really sour per se, but like citrusy kind of acidic notes to it. And that's kind of what this is reminding me of. It's like a beer version of like an Ethiopian type of like light roast coffee or something like that.
It's not bad.
Interesting. It's not. We haven't said pickled Santa in a long time. I was like, it's not pickled Santa.
Pickled Santa.
It's just interesting. Hand me that thing again. Is there a poem on it?
No, you already read this on it.
No, I didn't read the thing on the side. I just read the information. No, that sucks.
No, it's
Oh, there is. Yeah.
That's what I was reading.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
This thing is fucked.
Back here.
This is easily. I'm just gonna go right to it. This is easily a 1 for me. It is interesting enough to try. The flavor and the blend isn't quite there for me. I think the blend is the biggest thing because it starts like a vinegary sour almost, and then it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't flow easily. It just jumps in. There's words. There's words to describe it. I just don't have them.
Some beers. All right. I don't know exactly how to describe this.
It is hard to describe.
And I don't know if the brewers do this on purpose, but I feel like some beers are drinkable. And I know we hate people that know that we say that word.
It's drinkable.
You can drink it every day. It's good, and it may be a unique flavor or something, but you can definitely drink it every day. And then there's some beers where I feel like they. What are you shaking your head?
I'm reading Kerner's
See, this
shit.
is
I'm
bad
sorry.
now that we're here. I can see like a fucking distraction.
Distraction celebration.
There's some beers where they feel like they're made for like a beer tasting or something. Mm-hmm. Like you want to move this around, have like one glass of it, have a few sips. Oh, it's interesting. It's delicious. Let's move on to the next thing.
No, that's very well put because I feel like some of these try to go out of their way to be different in a setting of beer drinkers.
Right.
So they have to stand out. So we'll make ours taste like dog piss because that'll stand out. Just make a good beer, guys. It's just. I don't know. We don't brew, so we don't know what the fuck happened.
I also feel like we're not extremely well versed in sours or porters as we could be. Wait, does it say stout or port?
It says ale.
Oh yeah. Russian Imperial Stout. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like, if it was an IPA, I could say a lot more about it. Which we need practice. We need a class. What if they have something on Groupon? Like learn how to beerize. We should start it.
Put on by Rogue Squad. Is it drinkable or not?
That's the only category that matters. Hops, fuck it. Alcohol by volume, fuck it.
This has got a lot of stuff in it. Is it a 1, 2, or 3?
Did you hear that vibration? Sorry, guys. Charging up the Death Star over here.
Charging, sparking.
Some beers just have that spark.
Nurk Kerner was saying, if Paul was Star Wars character, he'd be Han. Cody would be Commander Cody, and obviously I'd be Lord Sidious.
And then
he would love to be that evil.
Scoot this way.
I want to be in a corner.
Just not too far. I don't like you. Okay, we're done. So thank you, Tavor. We do have another one that we'll get to as soon as these are done. And then, do you think we need like a drinking beer? Like we do the review and then we have something light and tasteless that we can drink?
Maybe. We'll see how the second one goes.
Oh, yeah. Right.
There was some stuff released.
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff. We will be getting into that. Resistance trailer came out. We also are doing a giveaway. We have a lot going on today.
Yes.
It didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it. Like when we were setting up and we're like, okay, Resistance.
For like 37 minutes.
But now we got 3 beers. We got a fucking...
Whole bunch. That's why I named the episode Whole Bunch. I think I said Whole Bunch or something. You want to do the giveaway or do you want to do the
Let's do the giveaway.
or do you want to talk about the cartoon that everyone hates?
Let's do the giveaway. I'll tell you this.
Tell me about it.
Let's do 626.
Oh, yeah. Guess the fucking scene.
Guess the fucking scene. We're jumping right in while we finish this brew. 626. That's got to be Jabba's Palace. Something.
Yeah, it's going to be early. So this makes it hard because I kind of lumped Jabba's Palace together, but there's so many parts of it. Obviously, because it lasts like 30 minutes. 35 minutes, maybe.
Yato.
Also, all right, so...
Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
Think about the title screen and the crawl, and how much time does that take up before you even get into the actual movie?
30 seconds.
What?
Yeah.
I guarantee it's like 2.5 minutes before you see that first scene of Palpatine's shuttle, or Vader's shuttle.
What is that the first scene?
Mm-hmm. Vader lands on the Death Star too. That's why it starts so epic.
Vader,
the first thing you see is Vader in the shuttle.
Vader lands
and then it goes
says,
to fucking C-3PO and R2-D2 again, fucking around the desert.
That's right, because it's the Emperor's coming here. Yeah, because that's that scene, right?
All right.
That is so interesting to think that no one has seen the Emperor. We don't even know where he's at the first 2 entire movies.
Some people, sorry, I moved their mic. Some people have seen them. The higher ups have.
But there's not on screen. We see transmissions of Sidious. But it's weird that he would be on Coruscant, well, assumingly.
Yeah.
On Coruscant, but we don't hear, see, or anything about Coruscant.
Well, that's probably why Jerjerrod is so fucking terrified, because the Emperor, who he's heard from and takes orders from but have never met in person, is like, it's that serious that the Emperor's showing up.
Could you imagine, I've always thought about this, could you imagine just Vader running everything, but he exclaims there's something called the Emperor that's over him?
Yeah, like
Wizard
Wizard
of Oz? But it would be
Oz?
like a figment, yeah. But it would just be kind of a figment that Vader made up.
Yeah, have you seen Iron Man 3?
No.
That's kind of the part of the plot of Iron Man 3. Like there's some like global terrorist, but it turns out that like all of his videos and shit are just this dude, this actor that they hired, and he's in like a studio filming everything. That'd be interesting though. That'd be funny. Just fucking with everybody.
Well, just to make it like, I'm not the one giving these orders. You can't be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. But he goes in Darth Dookies and he's sitting there like tweeting, the Emperor said this and fuck. And
Emperor's pissed. Your apparent lack of progress.
All right, 626.
A lot like him. I'm gonna say Luke shows up at Jabba's palace.
I'm saying Chewie.
Gets brought in.
Thermal detonator. Because he's holding a thermal detonator.
Chewie and Bausch.
Yeah.
First of all, really quick.
26 is a pretty far in, though.
Side note 1. I didn't rate the beer. I agree. One star. Beer review rating system doesn't matter because you listen to the old episodes, so you know it already. Side note 2. Bausch is a bounty hunter. So did they kill him and like take his armor? And Leia's wearing it when she goes in? Like are they that much of savages that they like killed the dude?
Maybe they
took his
3D printed it.
Because like Jabba knows who that is because he knows most of the bounty hunters.
That's interesting. I never really thought about
Shinobi, figure it out.
Sail barge. I'll say sail barge. That's like a half hour of the movie, Kerner.
Nah, it's shorter than we think. It just takes forever because it's boring. Oh, triggered. All right, so what are you thinking?
I thought it would be earlier. Does it go? Because I'm trying to wrap my head around. The droids knock on the door, laugh. They send no one's here, and then they bring in Chewie right after that, right?
The droids talk. They play Luke's message. They kidnap the droids. They put the restraining bolts on him, and then they train him to be Jabba's thing. And then the dance scene, the first sight of the Rancor.
I'm gonna guess.
Then Chewie and Bausch come in.
I guess I'm gonna guess. Yeah, Mighty Chewbacca.
And then while everyone's sleeping, she does the carbonite thing, and then Luke comes in later.
Ooh, I like the carbonite thing.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think of something between the sail barge and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah. Because it's someone that loves you.
Someone who loves you. All right.
That's my official guess. Yeah. What are you guessing?
I'm guessing when Luke arrives at Jabba's fuck. So we will see. Scroll forward
27,
here.
Kerner. 27.
So scooting along. Oh, Luke shows up. I just passed it. That's at 22.
Okay, so 32. We're on the sail
I
barge.
went a little too far. Rewinding. So right at
Rancor.
26 is, he gets dropped down into the Rancor pit.
Ugh, that
Sorry.
makes me mad. I forgot. You know what's bad is I forgot about the Rancor pit.
Did I just mentioned the Rancor?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so 26 minutes he gets dropped down and forgets how to be a Jedi and throws rocks at things. Or it's a skull, as we learned last week, right?
What he throws?
What he chucks at the control panel.
Actually, I want to see this.
It's a skull. I love the shot of him pushing the bone in there.
Yeah.
It looks so silly when he falls down.
He like throws it in and then tweaks it.
This is so crazy. Totally getting pulled off YouTube right now.
Okay, so C-3PO's being a hoe.
Jawas. There are 2 flashlights. Good call. You saying that before we started the episode.
I will say for 1983, the Rancor looks fucking awesome. The Rancor it looks like an animal.
Yeah, I don't hate the Rancor itself. Yeah, that's some great stop motion. I don't hate the Rancor. I just hate that Luke is finally a Jedi Knight and he seems so helpless.
Oh yeah, he bashed his fucking finger. How dumb is that? And then he trots right over.
Sorry, guys, if you're listening. I'm sure you've seen episode 6 1,000 times. But
And he can't get out.
how would he even try? Luke, I can't handle you. I really can't handle you. Everybody's cheering. He's about to get eaten. Leia's pissed.
Leia's looking like a
crumb.
straight smoke show. Pornhub crumb.
Do I want you just like tap with the force?
Yeah.
You can't even see what it is. Oh, it is a skull.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it was
that
a human skull. Good call. Who was it? Shinobly? Right when it actually hits, yeah.
Wow. Well, you learned something new 2
How
episodes in a row.
savage is that? Luke picking up a human's head.
Okay, that makes it a little better.
I was way
I still wish you just would have like zapped with the force.
Yeah, you gotta think, like, to get into Jabba's palace, he force choked 2 motherfuckers. And then he tried to mind trick
Jabba.
Bib Fortuna.
Bib
and he
Fortuna,
did.
yeah.
But he gets into an actual situation, he's like, stick.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I can't handle it. I can't do it. So that's the Guess the Star Wars scene for the day.
You gotta think, like,
I hope you guys lost.
The original trilogy isn't that much of, like, an action movie. Like, the prequels are much more action.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird, because I don't think I've ever, like, heard anyone say that. But it is.
Yeah.
Military, very much more, warlike military.
Many much war.
And
That's what's happening.
You heard it here first.
Hey, Riley. Woohoo. I had a feeling that us recording way earlier than usual was going to bring in somebody that we hadn't seen in a while. Good to see you, man. Or, well, good to hear from your chat, text, letters, characters.
Let's get into this other one. Actually, we have a giveaway to do, too.
I just dropped it. It probably broke.
We broke the
It's not
giveaway.
going to work. UT&E. We're going to talk about them. Now that you're back, episodes are just going to be a bunch of ads. So hope you guys like it. I've signed up for UT&E a long time ago. They sponsored some things and some prizes for our Last Jedi event. I need a way to open this.
Open shit. Are you done opening? Use a goddamn key. This is an opener, but it's for beer.
I'm drunk. I'm not. God damn, I can't. All right.
Well, yeah, at least you know UT&E uses really industrial strength cardboard
your
boxes.
books will not fall out of the box. So yeah, they sponsored some stuff for us back for our Last Jedi party. It's a subscription box for all the Star Wars books. I'm gonna crack this thing open. So I haven't done an unboxing on the show yet, which I apologize for, Corey, but now we're gonna make it happen. They just got all these fancy ass new boxes and everything.
What's in it?
So we got a button. We got a customized button. They have like a theme every month. So we have a button, which obviously you can't really see that much.
Bookmark.
Some stickers, bookmarks.
With Thrawn on the back. Look at Thrawn.
And they have...
Look at it.
That's so sweet.
Thrawn looking like Moff Tarkin, UT&E sticker.
And they do like a little zine that they have in every box as well. And
What's in
that
this?
changes month to month.
Ooh. We got pictures of Corey in here. Ooh, nudies.
We were in a few of these. Looks like we nabbed a poster too. Ooh, this is new. Look at this. Got a poster. I got something else to put on the wall, baby. Thrawn looking out upon his fucking...
All very Thrawn-like.
This city at night. Well, that's because...
Tell me why.
This month's book is The New Thrawn. Alliances.
So this is the second of the series.
Indeed, yes.
Which the first one I haven't got through because he hasn't become full Dracula yet.
And I believe he said
He's just a Transylvanian horror.
that
Hewers.
this is signed by Timothy Zahn himself.
So awesome.
So if anybody knows, like, when this came out, it was hard to get a signed copy. And I know they had, like, the alternate Comic-Con cover. But there's some stuff that you can only get at cons. And he has a deal worked out where he can get some of these, like, limited releases or signed copies or old Legends books or whatever. And he puts them in the box. So it's fucking sweet. So I just got the new Thrawn book.
How does UT&E work? I'm wondering.
You pay and then they give you stuff.
You don't have to stay up to date on the new novels and shit coming out because they do it for you.
Yeah, they send, basically how it works is they send all the new canon stuff is part of all the boxes no matter what. And if there's a month where there is no new canon material, he'll send you a list of like, here's all the Star Wars books, and just pick one hardback or 3 paperbacks that you want, and we'll send those instead.
Well, wasn't he also saying like you could sign up for a certain series? So in between new stuff, like just say Sith series, and you can get all the Bane books or the Revan book, and he'll send that shit out.
Let's pop up on the site here too while we're talking about it. But yeah, they have like a canon box, a Legends box. They have
It's like different playlists of books that you can choose from that it'll automatically send out.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? You sign up and what's the
well,
there's a promo code, isn't
well,
there?
Mopar, you sign up and you enter this convenient promo code, name of Squadron.
Name of Squadron.
Again, please don't misspell that. It's not SKW.
Kerner.
It's Squadron. SQUADRON. And you get 10% off of your first month. And there are multiple levels of subscriptions. So you can get the most expensive one where you get like the signed hardback and a poster and a pin and a bookmark and a sticker and everything. Or you can get the cheaper one and just get one paperback book every month. Kind of whatever you want. And they do have a Canon tracker and everything on the website.
Canon tractor?
You can Canon tractor. A Canton Pactor. So you can make sure that you don't get duplicates of the books that you already have, and you can keep track of everything that you have. That way you know how complete your library is. So it's pretty cool. I don't read as much as I would like to, and I'm trying to get better at it. The good thing is that you don't have to think about it. Like I sign up and I know that there's Canon books coming out like now and again, and sometimes I miss the new release, and they just show up and you open it, and then now I have it in my collection. And I have, you can't see this on the camera, but I have a number of them. Like the books that came with Solo are up there. All 3 Aftermath books, Battlefront, Last Jedi, all these ones I got from Utini. So it's just badass. So
go over to Utini and at least check it out because he's got a lot of good stuff. And
do it.
Yeah, Squadron. It'll save you some money when you first sign up. Squadron is the promo code on that.
And our Patreons, actually, Corey was nice enough to hook us up. The patrons of the show get even more percent. They save 25% on their first
their first order.
So I can't give that one out because obviously all you guys will fucking steal it. So.
Yeah, so you have to become a patron. Go to patreon.com/RogueDicks.
Fuck around, yeah.
Oh, Dick Exchange.
Dick Exchange.
Dick Exchange.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so if you want to get the extra special discount, if you're already a huge Star Wars fan, like the show, and want books, you can double down. Go to patreon.com and Rogue Squad Pod or Rogue Squadron Podcast. You'll get an extra special discount, up 25% off of Utini.
I'm going to actually text our Patreon group chat right now.
Do it so we don't forget. And then we'll wrap up the ads and shit. Tavor, the beer delivery service, the greatest thing ever created.
Guaranteed.
That promo code is Rogue. Again, you have to spell it correctly.
I think you have to spell every promo code correctly.
Rogue.
But Rogue is
Mopar.
Rogue is constantly misspelled. So why do you keep scooting away?
I don't like it.
Get in the camera shot. Okay. You're good right there. Stop.
Juices are flowing. I'm about to finish the beer before. What's your name?
I'm actually ready for this next one.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how we are very much so big beer fans, but sometimes when it just isn't blended well, like I feel like maybe I'm incorrect in my thinking, but even like a bad coffee, you're like, oh, I can still drink it.
Folgers? No, fuck it.
Folgers in your.
My mom gets Folgers.
Yeah,
pissed.
Really, that bad?
Maxwell House and Folgers. Oh, it's gross, man.
Interesting.
It's like Natty Light to a craft beer.
I can drink Natty Light all day. This I wouldn't.
Don't talk about that shit. You do not drink Natty Light.
Oh my god!
It's been a decade since you opened one.
I don't think you can order Natty Light on Tavor, by the way. If you guys, Kerner, so you're shit out of luck.
What if they made like a Tavor, like a cheaper Tavor subscription option, and it's just like Natty and Bush and Keystone and everything?
They should have like a beer playlist, just a standard IPA playlist, and you go in there and they just send out standard IPAs. Do they do audiobooks for Utini? I don't think so, but
no.
That's a good suggestion. We can get in touch with Corey and mention that.
That might be tough. I know that audiobooks are very particular on how they make them, on how they distribute them.
They're also just tougher because of all of the production that goes into it, so they're a lot more expensive.
Like, yeah, because I've done a few for some of our podcast clients, but like it's very particular in how you have to record, how you have to export it, make sure it's 100% ready for like Amazon and Audible and all that stuff. But maybe I know they have a deal with like Del Rey, the book publisher, so they have all these fucking awesome books. So I'm looking forward to Padme, which we talked about a little bit last week. Queen Shadow is what it's called. And then Master and Apprentice coming out next year, which is going to be great. And if you get Utini, you'll have them. Blah, blah, blah.
Awesome. That's done with that. Now we can actually start the show. So it's kind of sunny outside.
We already did the weather thing. You said there's clouds. That's the weather report.
It is really nice, though.
When there's weather report, I report the weather.
The one major difference between PA and here is the humidity. Like even
it's still humid as shit, but it's 85% here, and in PA it's what, like 95%?
Dude, I don't want to hear it.
Dude, PA.
PA sucks with the humidity.
Sometimes I talk too fast because I've heard people say that they listen to podcasts and they have to listen to it on like 1.5 speed because people talk really slow. And for some reason, I've internalized that. And when I'm trying to spit something out, I try to talk really fucking fast and I stumble over my words and I sound like you. And it's embarrassing.
It's not that embarrassing.
When we were in Philly for that conference, it was a swamp. Walking 5 minutes from the hotel to the convention center, I was like,
what is happening?
I just was in a pool, I think. It was so bad.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. I always thought Ohio was like, known for the humidity madness.
I think it's the mountains out there. For whatever reason, like the humidity hits or the clouds hit the mountains and it just squeezes it. I think that's what happens.
I think that's exactly what happened.
All right, well, let's get into this other beer.
Boom.
All right, the Libertine.
Personal Jesus.
Libertine? Libertine. There's how many times can you have? Look at that. Libertine. Libertine? Libertine.
That looks like an old school, like Revolutionary War newspaper.
It kind of does.
The only bad thing about our setup is that we're kind of far away from the camera. Like, you can't see this.
Yeah. Libertine. Mr. Mike, what up?
Miscellany, what up, man?
We do have Cloud Spirit Jesus. He looks like about one of every Pokemon put together on the back of this one. Yeah, he looks like an Eevee evolved into every single version of it.
Libertine is a person, especially a man, triggered, who behaves without moral principles or a sense of responsibility, especially in sexual manners. So basically like Jim Morrison. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything. About to get
in sexual so it's salacious libertine.
What is that?
There's a cork in this bitch.
This fuck is cork.
How many times do I gotta open it?
The other one had a goddamn wax pot on it, and this one has...
So presents Summer Breeze, I guess, is the uncommon origin brewed and blended by the Libertine. Yeah, so Libertine's actually the brewery. Summer Breeze is the beer that we're drinking.
This looks like the First Amendment.
We all have the right to drink until we can't think around.
I don't have a corkscrew.
I don't know if we're going to be able to drink this.
I don't have a corkscrew.
Isn't there some scientific way to get that out?
Fuck.
Like you got to smack the bottom of it?
You put like your shoe on the bottom of it and like smack it on the ground or smack it against the wall to pop the cork out. I'm not trying to trust that right now.
Well, I guess we're going to do a different beer review. So, for you people that are interested in Tavour, you have to have many different ways of opening bottles. We'll just bust open another one. All right. I guess
Another
we're doing a dark
one.
beer.
Yeah. It's fine.
Break Side, which is... This pisses me off so much that you have to flip it 2 times to read the whole goddamn. It's limited edition, 1.6
Hipster.
fluent ounces. 4th wave coffee beer aged in bourbon barrels. So Mopar's really excited for this. 40 IBU. Seek and enjoy, not seek and destroy. I'm kind of pissed that they didn't do that. Very, very dark. Both of the beers that we're going to be drinking today are extremely dark. This one doesn't have a cork, so easy drinkable. It's drinkable.
Easy drinkable. Saber it, you pansy. What does that mean, dude? What does that mean?
You guys probably know me by AKA Gun Dark 2000. Is that on Twitter? That sounds familiar. Welcome.
Dark 775 million.
This actually isn't as dark as it looks. Maybe the glass is...
That is a dark bottle, yeah.
It looks earthy. Whoop. Wow, it's got a lot of body in it. It's one whole body.
Mr. Body's body. It's gone. Do you ever see the movie Clue? You probably,
No.
I don't know if you would like that sense of humor.
Tommy
Boy showed you.
Saber Armor loves the movie Clue.
Saber armor. Stop doing that.
9.
9.6. We're going to die today.
9.6.
I probably should have kept that so I can talk about it. No, it's a beer.
All right. What was it?
I knew
Libertine.
that was gonna happen. I chucked it
Summer
away.
summer
Grab it.
something. No, that's the one that we couldn't do. Breakside. Fourth wave, coffee beer, Asian, whatever. 9.6%. It's a coffee beer, porter, stout in bourbon barrels. So it's pretty much everything that I usually don't like, but maybe this will change my ways.
Cheers again. Sniff
Yep.
test this time.
Doot, doot. Yeah, it just smells full body. Actually, it smells like a paint that we used to use.
Stop everything.
Ooh. This isn't my favorite flavored, but
That's good.
But it's blended extremely well.
Yeah, that's really good. I think we've probably talked about this multiple times. I'm not a huge fan of bourbon, whiskey, scotch. So the barrel aged things are not my favorite.
Ooh, I do. My second drink, I got the kick.
You got it?
I got the kick.
Like when the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel came out a few years ago and it was like super popular. It's all the rage. It's too strong. Like there's too much bourbon in there. It's not balanced that well, I don't think. This one is very well balanced.
This is. No, I completely agree.
It's tasty. Surprisingly enough, our buddy Sweeney, not Mikey Wan Kenobi Sweeney, our other buddy Mike Sweeney, same name. What the fuck do you guys do that
Same
for?
letter, same guy.
We were out to brunch and he had a tall cold brew with a shot of Jameson, which sounds gross, but it kind of tastes like this. It was balanced out, like in a right way where you tasted it and you're like, the Jameson rounds it off a little bit, but it's not like a straight shot of whiskey. It was actually really nice.
No, I like this. I like it.
That's the new brunch drink of choice if I'm not doing beer.
For two things that I don't like being blended together, this is pretty good.
Kerner's just sitting here quoting the movies. He spelled Rheingeist wrong again. Kerner.
I don't know how to spell it either, so I'm not gonna even average.
He just swipped the He just swipped the E and the I.
Oh, really? That is a weird. It's just weird altogether. What is a Rheingeist? Why did they name it that?
I don't know.
I wonder if it's a river or something. A lot of people name shit.
I'm gonna
after
look it up. I'm actually really
landmarks, huh?
curious.
I'm just gonna rate this. I'm actually
curious.
very excited about this. 2 out of 3. It's not wowing me by any means, but very well blend.
I agree. I think it's funny that we're matching up on our beer ratings for. Well, wait, I guess we haven't had the same beer in a while, but we're syncing up on these. I agree too.
Yeah, this is quite a bit more drinkable than the sour phenomenon that we just had. And the corked bastard over here can't do that one. That's a 0 out of 3. Can't drink it. That's like Mitch Hedberg's joke with what's the special bread? The very expensive bread. You open it and it still ain't open because it's a bag inside of a bag. Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah.
You gotta open a beer and it still ain't open. That's fucked. I love Mitch Hedberg, by the way, and that's what I was listening to when we were moving. I listened to 2 entire albums of his. I fucking love it.
Yeah, he's amazing.
It's so good. It really is. I watched.
Not done talking about the beer. I think
We're back.
it's got 40 IBUs, and I think the extra bitterness from the hops balances out the darkness and the bourbon flavor, so it's not as fucking potent as it would be. That's what
It's not wowing me.
but it's not wowing me. 2 stars. The review. I mean, that is pretty much what our beer reviews are, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's not wowing me, but it's not wowing me. That's the
right.
best. That's actually, I'm using that now for our description of the 2-star.
I'm half wowed.
It's just, I'm wowed. I'm not wowed. I'm not wowed. Fuck. That's the new format.
WT. What?
For the rating system.
What is this?
No, it's good. Like I said, and I described it enough. Please, Dakota, stop fucking with me. It's good. There is one flying here.
One
Fist.
Sith Lord, just miniature, flying around trying to kill the fly.
Yeah. Oh, you let him go. You fucking.
I had him.
Apprentice. You
You guys don't believe me. I'm a Jedi Knight,
Boom.
like my father after me,
Like my nephew over there.
like this guy.
Okay. Have you seen Resistance, the trailer?
I watched it in front of you. Why are you acting like
They don't know that.
I don't
replaying
care.
the moment for the fans.
I don't do the show for them.
Okay, so people have been talking about this for a little bit. They announced there was going to be a new cartoon. We've mentioned it once or twice.
Wow.
It is, I believe, this is going to be the last thing on TV without going straight to their Disney streaming service.
So I
could be wrong about that, but I'm thinking that.
Are they planning on more than one season with this, or is this kind of just like a? So the reason I'm asking is because that would be awesome if they'd be expensive, but if they were able to do like one-off, like kind of like standalone, but as a series, but just one season. So you could do like a quick Padme thing series.
That would be kind of interesting. I don't know.
Do a solo, like instead of solo.
They can't even see what's happening, so don't do that reaction because no one knows what's going on.
Wow.
Please continue.
No, I thought it would be interesting if they were able to do that. But I understand. Well, maybe they could do it in a efficient fashion financially if they just use the same animator. Because you could just, if you pick an animator that you like, do that animation for all of these standalone one-off seasons of whatever you're going to make it about. I think that would be cool.
Maybe.
'Cause sometimes I just feel like there's, just like Clone Wars, just like Rebels, they stretch it out a little too long.
I think so too, yes.
So there's a lot of filler. Just fucking get to the point. But I'm going to step on my own toes because Star Wars.
I'm wanting to interject, but
no, Star Wars is for kids, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And now that I'm old,
it's not for kids.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Star Wars is 2 out of 3.
2
all
out of
day.
3.
Yeah.
It is for kids. And why are we 30-year-old fuckos even mentioning a cartoon series that's going to be on Disney Channel?
Because it's going to be fucking cool.
I'm just saying, because all these people out there, there's so much scrutiny and shit, but people don't realize, oh, I'm 20 years old and I don't want to watch this. Well, congratulations. It's a fucking cartoon for 10-year-olds. No wonder you don't want to watch it.
Poor Shinobi. So I was on the Lore Masters
Here we go.
Facebook page, and he posted the trailer and people were commenting and being a bitch. And this one dude was going as far as to say, is like, well, they never officially announced that it was for kids, or like, what's the age range, or is it like 9 to 12-year-olds, or what's happening? They never officially said that. So like, why should I believe that?
It's on Disney Channel.
It's on fucking Disney Channel.
Do you watch anything else on the Disney Channel?
Xenon the sequel. Yeah.
Same.
No, it should be fucking obvious. Unfortunately, it's not, because we're all balls deep in Star Wars.
There needs so my
what I was gonna say quickly, based on your idea of like one character seasons, is like if they have Resistance, they pick a time period. So now we're in this New Republic and Resistance era before Episode 7. And if you did like a one season from the point of view of Poe, one season from the point of view of Leia, like that'd be cool.
No, maybe. Oh, I see what you're saying. So the same long thing, but one whole season following Leia.
Yes.
No, that would be awesome. And even more so is if you started connecting those. So let's just say Poe and Leia met in one of the Leia seasons. Then you watch Poe and you actually see him meet Leia in that same meeting.
Same scene, yeah.
But you see with the before and after. Dude, that connection and those storylines that overlap like that.
Yeah.
I think that would just
yes,
be really good.
It would. A lot of people did not like Arrested Development Season 4, but what they did was that kind of thing because not everybody could be available for filming at the same time. So they would do the episodes from someone's like point of view, so that you would follow like Michael through one episode, and you would see scenes that happen like 6 months in the future, and also scenes that are happening now. And gradually, as you watched all 20 episodes or whatever it was, each one was from a different person's point of view, and they would gradually like intertwine. And by the time you get to the end, it all made sense. That may be kind of complicated for like a cartoon or something, but like that might be cool just to see that.
Yeah.
Like what if you went through the Clone Wars and like you saw 3 episodes from Anakin's point of view, and then some from Rex's, and then some from Obi-Wan's, and then they like gradually started intertwining with each other. It would be cool. This is a different take on things. Like more of like a Quentin style, like fuck with the timeline, but you still get the same story at the end of the day.
So I will say this.
Say it.
Since the inception of Disney Star Wars,
I'm really glad you didn't say. Thank you. Continue.
It has sparked so. No, I do really think that for all the power and potential Disney has with Star Wars, I do think there's a limiting factor because of what Disney is. The only reason I'm saying that is, I feel like I don't think they've really squeezed Marvel. I know it's like the top shelf of what, especially nerddom now. Marvel movies are like way the fuck up there.
Well,
but I
top
do
shelf
feel
nerds would probably say no because they're assholes.
Well,
but
those are top shelf nerds.
those are top shelf fuckers.
Nerds. But I do feel like if they just made it adult, almost like Deadpool, like if they just one notch up, let's make it extra dramatic because especially in the Marvel universe and now the Star Wars universe, all these people that like these characters are old or older.
Yeah.
So why do we have to limit it to this entire movie? We can only say shit twice because we want to do PG-13 because we want kids to be able to watch it. First of all, kids aren't the ones with money.
Right.
Parents are.
Right.
And I'm the one that wants to watch Infinity War. So I feel like Disney has so much potential, but I don't think they'll ever reach it. Is what I'm trying to say.
They might.
Go ahead.
I think that Marvel has moved things faster than normal because they already have a set storyline, even if they've tweaked it from what happens in the comics. They have a set storyline. They have characters established. They have source material to work off of. I think that Disney is doing a similar thing with Star Wars, but they're taking a lot longer because they're moving ahead in the timeline and crafting new things to fill in the gaps. So I think we're kind of headed in that direction. What I was going to say off of the kids thing is like, you have Forces of Destiny, which is like short 3-minute things that are literally for kids. Then you have like the Disney Channel cartoons. Then you have like maybe movies are next up in like the age range. And then you have like the comic books. Like there already is a range. It would be cool if they specifically made something that's more adult themed.
You know what would be really cool is if they actually designated that with like a rating. I know PG-13, but that's an overall. If they came out with their own stuff, C for children, teen, young adult, and adult. Yeah. Just do something like that. Come out with a movie, got a big fucking A on it. Well, there's going to be banging titties and space jizz.
We don't need that in Star Wars. But something that is a little more like if you imagine the Vader
music, the musaesthetic must be
aesthetic. Hey yo, Mopar is back. Who are you? I don't recognize your name.
Heyo. No, I
we don't need Game of Thrones like sex and brothels in Star
Wars. But why the fuck not?
Maybe.
And that's why when we started talking, I think it was with Jacob Weiss. With the
Riley said the rating system is B for balls deep.
Matt McLean, there he is.
Welcome. How many times you change your name on YouTube?
Your YouTube name should be not Matt McLean.
Jesus Christ.
It ain't me.
It wasn't me.
I just want, we've talked about it so many times. It doesn't have to be rated R to be rated R. I want you to make a great fucking dramatic movie. And that's what I was getting into where we were talking about killing Chewie off.
Yeah.
Why should they kill Chewie off? Because no one wants Chewie killed off. Yeah. And that would make one of the greatest films of all time if they did it correctly. Like, they have to realize that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying do it just because I said it. Do it because it feels good. And it's the right thing to do to move shit forward. Like, it should be something fucking brutal where Kylo kills Chewie or something like that. Like,
or vice
you
versa.
grew up with the motherfucker and you're so enraged.
Well, I thought
hashtag kill off Chewie.
There we go. Don't do it. Get out. I don't want Chewie to die, obviously, but I think because I don't want him to die, that should be part of the movie. Like, there are fans. We've talked about how he never like felt that obsessed with Han Solo, but there are original trilogy fans that loved Han Solo. It's like, that's my favorite character in Star Wars, and he died in 7. So the fans that weren't complete dicks about everything were like, that's a pretty heart-wrenching moment for them.
Just think if, like, in episode 4, when Han comes out of everywhere and shoots and saves. He saves
He comes out of everywhere. Okay.
Where he saves Luke on the trench run.
Yahoo!
What if he did that and then he was killed, but they still got the proton torpedoes off? I want something like that where Rey is in danger. She's right fucking there. Chewie comes in and tries to help and realizes it and has to sacrifice himself. Like the gun gets jammed or something. He's like, if I don't do something right fucking now, Rey's gonna die and everything's come crumbling down.
Yep.
What can I do? I can take the fucking ship and jam it up the Empire and the First Order's ass. How many factions are there?
The First Order, the Scum and Villainy, the Mandalorian, the New Republic.
Most of
They're
them.
asshole.
The one big one. Same asshole, I think.
God damn, I was going to say something right when you were on that rant, and then I forgot. That's what always happens.
I know. So you got to realize, like, people's favorite characters, and I don't care who you are, people's favorite characters in Star Wars is the ones on the outside. The Solo, because he's a fucking badass. The fucking Cad Bane, because he's a fucking badass. Like Yoda, because he's wise as fuck and he's kind of weird. Like, no one likes, like, Princess Leia.
I don't think that's true.
Well, yeah, the little girls, because but no, I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm
Don't
just saying
misogynetic the show.
But that's who they can relate to. I'm saying when you look at Star Wars as a whole, Darth Maul.
I wouldn't speak for
Darth
everybody.
Maul's fucking awesome.
Because I have talked to some people that do like love Luke Skywalker, and I'm like, why? What have you watched? What's wrong with you? But there are people out there that love like individual characters.
Well, and that was actually what I was getting to when we Weiss on. That's song.
Weiss on.
Weiss off.
Weiss off.
What I was trying to get to with your expectations, because a lot of people want that. I came from nowhere. I'm a farm boy. I saved the galaxy. That's not what I want. I want some fucking drama. People dying. Serious. Because I don't. What we say? There was nothing's. There's nothing. There's no nothing's on the line. And like finally The Last Jedi, I finally felt like, wow,
and
those ships are actually blowing up, and there's only 50 people left. Now there's like 30.
Rogue One was on the line too.
Yeah. So 1.5 movies out of 10, I finally feel like there's something on the line. So just make me hurt. Make me hurt. I mean, that's why you watch movies. You want to be happy. You want to be wowed. You want to be sad. You want to be like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Make that happen.
Someone like Weiss that knows more about movies can say with certainty what I'm about to project. But I feel like there's like a narrative style. Like maybe back then when Star Wars originally came out, it was more about the good guys saving things. And like maybe nowadays I feel like I see in a lot of movies it's about the good guys really being challenged and not able to just win. They have to work through a bunch of shit in order to win.
Well, so it's not like
Well, that's why we've seen that in 7 and 8 and Rogue One. Like it's more along the lines of what we're asking for. Is like I want to see some struggle. I want to see some challenge. I don't want to see the happy dance. Like that's what I was gonna say earlier. The happy dance thing. Like you embodied the issues with 1 through 6. It's the happy dance. Like even though there's a little bit of danger, everyone's just happy dancing through the entire fucking trilogy.
Yep. Part of it is just situation, because you obviously know Obi-Wan can't die. You know Vader, Anakin can't die. Like,
I don't like that argument for anything though.
But you know it. Regardless, going into it, you're like,
care.
these 7 characters, they can't do anything with.
I don't think about it that way. Kerner always brings that up when he's talking about Rogue One.
You know what's going to happen.
He conveniently doesn't bring it up when he's talking about the prequels, though, because he likes prequels. So I'm calling you out, Kerner.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like that argument for like a storyline. Like, I like seeing prequels for certain reasons. Even though I know that character's not going to die because he's in the next movie, that doesn't take me away from what's happening right now.
No, and that's not what I meant. I'm just saying they're limited.
But that's what you said.
That's what I'm still saying. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
Back to Star Wars Resistance, which is what started this whole thing off. I've seen more people. Star Wars fan base sucks.
What people are you talking about?
I've seen more people talk mad shit about something that hasn't come out than I've ever seen in my life. I posted a story with a screenshot from the trailer with like 2 of the ships that were flying through, and I was like, dude, Star Wars Resistance looks fucking awesome.
With them.
People are commenting like, it looks like shit. It is terrible. It's gonna be terrible. I guarantee it's terrible. Like, you haven't seen it. You've seen 60 seconds of footage. The show's not out. You don't know what the storyline is. You have no clue what's happening.
Reminded me of Speed Racer. Go, Speed Racer, go.
I like the animation style. It looks cool, man. I never really watched Speed Racer.
I had a
Supposed to be almost
little kit. No, we're not. I had a children's movie. I actually think it was made in like the 70s, Speed Racer, and I fucking love it. It was there was a bunch of gold stolen.
Goldar?
And Speed Racer was put on the case to find out who stole the gold. And there was a big train in this. It was like a train truck car in this race. And they're like, well, it's going from point A to point B. And they think the gold's going to be dropped off at point B. So they thought one of the racers has to be stealing it. And then there was literally like a train truck that entered the race. And they made the train out of the gold that was stolen. Like, it was so outrageous. That's what I remember. But
Some of those old cartoons are fucking ridiculous.
The Mach 5 was badass. I was always like super into the Mach 5. You know what I'm talking about?
Matt McLean says he doesn't like the look of the show. I'm honestly surprised by the people that say they don't like the look of the show. I think it's interesting. I think it's a nice change. Like Clone Wars Rebels have both had their own kind of style.
Are you sure he's not talking about this show? Because this is bullshit.
I don't like the look of our show either. But hey,
I wouldn't stare at me for longer than 30 seconds.
Until we have somebody to animate our entire being, we can't really do much.
Gag hard. What are you talking about? We're supposed to be talking about Star Wars.
I forgot to tune into the Facebook chat. I'm sorry. Austin says, I love your guys' shirts. Thanks, Austin.
This is one of my favorite shirts.
This is one of my favorite series of science fiction.
It's Han Solo.
Yeah, I understand.
I actually don't like Han Solo, but I wear him because he looks
I don't
badass.
love Han Solo, but it happens.
Can we? Okay. Have we ever done this?
Do it.
What's your
Speak about
top 3 Star Wars characters, period?
Film or everything?
All of it. Everything that's been labeled Star Wars. I don't care about canon or non-canon or whatever. Like, what's your top 3? And it could be for whatever reason, because they're badass, or they look the coolest, or they're most powerful, or whatever.
This is so hard. I hate the question of, like, who's your favorite band? Fuck. There's like
on the day.
10 of them. What do you want?
Yeah. So, I'm not saying depending on the day. I'm saying today.
You go first.
All right. Obvious one that I have to put in there.
We'll bounce back and forth, one at a time.
And this is in no particular order, but this is whatever. So top 3.
Yep.
The one I have to put in, and I think you might, is Revan. I fucking love Revan. I like the character itself. I like the storyline built around him. I like the timeline. And obviously, he's a part of one of the biggest Star Wars games of all time with the biggest what the fuck moments. So I just love Revan, that you can be a part of the Jedi Order, not agree with them, be labeled a fucking Sith because you had a fucking argument with the Jedi Council. He comes back as an actual Sith. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a domino effect where you can't go over there. He goes over there. Well, you're not a part of this. And he's like, well, I guess I'm not a part of it. And then he goes out and he's like, oh, look at this other power. I guess that's part of, but whatever. I love Revan. I love the double bladed or the double singles, the blue, the red and the, I don't know, the red and the purple. The way he's, I mean, he looks badass. I love the mask.
I just wanted to 14 things. You guys can't see this.
I love his garments.
You can't see that either. I put Revan by the floor. Sacrilege. Sorry.
Yeah. So there are so many reasons why he's one of my favorites. I would love to know more about Revan. Sorry, Drew. Even if I don't completely 100% like the Revan book, I want to read about Revan. So sign me the fuck up, you teeny. Cripes.
Sometimes I want to say Bane over Revan. And I know I haven't read the last part of the Bane trilogy, which is Sacrilege. I need to read those. But it's more of the fact that he takes the Sith Empire from where it was and is the transition point to move it into what Palpatine is going to build.
Dude, he's the reset button.
He's the reset button. And then Palpatine.
So you're saying Bane? Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes I think I want to say Bane.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. I love
Bane.
And
then I think about Revan and how he
Does everything.
He does everything. He's like, I'm not falling to the dark side, but if we're going to beat these fucks, I need to go use the dark side right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fall to it. And then my apprentice is going to be a little bitch about everything.
I'll get rid of him too.
It's really tough to choose between those two.
Well, I think part of it, honestly, is his lightsabers. That's no joke. That means a lot to me. Like the color of the lightsabers. That he looks so badass. Plus his mask is probably one or two. I love Kylo's mask, by the way.
I guess Bane did get a lot of his shit from Revan, so I'm going to say Revan. The moment when you read the Bane book and he opens a holocron from Revan, I shit my pants. It was amazing.
Dude,
it was one of the greatest moments
later.
in my Star Wars fandom that I've ever seen.
See, that's the shit that I wish, because that's just connecting so much. Why don't they do that in the movies? Like, you could make some crazy fucking psycho Sith up that happened, let's call it 800 years ago.
I feel like they have a little bit.
Why?
Like how the rebels find Maul on Malachor. Malachor has history in the Old Republic. They're doing little niblets.
Yeah, niblets.
And they're going to drop something one day that's going to be like Revan's canon. Fuck.
They need to.
Something like that.
The fact that
they're just gradually, man. It's been 2.5 years since Force Awakens came out.
But it's 4 movies. But no,
3.5 years. Sorry, no, 2.5 years. Yeah.
How many counts?
I can't.
All right, yeah. So is that both Revan?
Yep, that's guaranteed. I already know my number 2, Dooku, no doubt.
Okay, we'll ladder this. Okay.
I've ranted and raved about Dooku. I love him. He is.
That's surprising, actually. Even though I know you love Dooku,
I love Dooku. I really do. He comes from the Jedi.
What are you? Whoa. First of all, so that means you're not going to put Vader, Obi-Wan, Commander Cody. Like you're
Commander Cody's fun. I love the clones. He's kind of a namesake for me because of my name, but I don't think he's one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
All he does is hand Obi-Wan his lightsaber and then shoot after him, and then misses. Good job, Cody.
Okay. Chewie? Like you're exiting.
I'm thinking about my number 3 real hard. I love Chewie. I really do love Chewie. I love Kylo.
That's no joke. I'm struggling with my last 2.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm trying to look around my pop figures and see like who I think of.
I honestly love Han Solo too.
K2. I love Dooku though. I will talk about that. He is like esteemed as the best duelist in the galaxy. He's a savage. I like that he's Palpatine's apprentice and he's like trying to learn from him, even though he's older than him, but also has his own plans and like gets Asajj and Savage Press under his side and everything, and like has his own little agenda going on the sidelines and
Sidebinds?
runs the CIS and everything. He has that political aspect and everything in there, which is cool. I've been a Dooku fan for a while and cuts fucking Anakin and Obi-Wan up like butter without even trying in episode 2.
But he wasn't.
What?
My powers have doubled.
That's a good talking point for Anakin. Like, he should have lost that, but because he tapped into himself and like tapped in the dark side a little bit, because Obi-Wan was almost dead over in the corner, he ended up winning.
Is that what?
Guaranteed.
I think it was just
they were both
fucking,
losing when there was 2 of them, and now when there was 1 of them, Obi-Wan stuck under a ladder over there. He ends up coming back and cutting his fucking head off. Matt McLean likes my shirt. Thanks, man. It's a good shirt. All right, what's your number 2?
This is tough.
It is tough. It's your fucking question, though.
It's a tough question. It's a good question.
I'm just looking at my action figures to see if I think of anybody. It's really tough. Like, I love Kylo. I love Snoke.
R2.
I love Chewie. Nah, I wouldn't put R2 or 3PO on my thing.
Lando.
Nah, not Lando. Chirrut. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
How close is Chewie and Groot? Because you can't understand either of them.
Oh yeah, like they can't speak. They're both giant, tall, brown, strong things. Yeah.
You're like,
the same
how? And then you
character.
just made a list.
I like Chewie. That's funny. I like Chewie and Groot a lot. Yeah, Groot's one of my favorite in the MCU.
All right, this is probably gonna piss some people off, but
it wouldn't be Star Wars if it didn't piss anybody off.
Might put Kylo. I fucking love Kylo. Because he's so conflicted. He doesn't know. He's so strong and he doesn't, but it's like he has no direction. He's just, I gotta find Luke Skywalker. There he is. Fuck everything. Like I like the angst. Like he doesn't know his purpose, just like Rey, where they're kind of like both like still searching, but they have both. It's almost like they both have come to power without a direction yet. Like she's figuring out how to lift rocks and save people and fly everything.
Yeah.
But what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Like Snoke's dead. They should all just go have a fucking picnic.
I'm gonna save you some time. I'm also saying Kylo for number 3. No doubt.
I haven't said my number 3 though.
I know. I'm going with number 3 first. Yeah, dude, Kylo, I severely love that we have a villain that doesn't start off as a 100% villain. He knows his motives. This is the bad guy. We got to get him, etc.
You just said 3 Sith. Well, if you want to call Kylo a Sith.
Big surprise. I like the dark side.
My number 3 might throw a little loop, which is kind of premature because I haven't finished her novel.
Ahsoka. Yeah. Yeah, she's up there for sure.
I like Ahsoka because she's in the middle of everything.
Revan's in the middle too. I wouldn't really call him a Sith. He's in the middle.
Well, I didn't mean her as in like force. I meant like plot. Like she's in the middle, like Obi-Wan, Anakin, Tarkin. Like she's got her fingers, like her story web is touching everybody that we all love. It's crazy that neither of us said Vader.
Dave Filoni actually said something really interesting about that. Sorry, Dave. He's not listening to this. He was on the Star Wars show and he was talking about Ahsoka and they were like, everyone loves Ahsoka. It's like the most beloved character right now. And he was saying it's interesting because it's a bridge between people that love Anakin Skywalker from the prequels and that people that love Darth Vader from the original trilogy. And Ahsoka is kind of like has a bit of both of those characters.
She's like
in
the
her,
mediator,
and she's like mediating between dark side and light side Anakin.
She knew them both, which only what?
That was like a genius explanation from him.
Obi-Wan.
Like, fuck.
How many people actually know that Anakin became Vader? Like Obi-Wan figured it out. Ahsoka knows.
Obi-Wan knew it happened and then cut him up. Oh, you mean like in the suit and everything? Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because you got to think, who names, when Vader's standing there, suited Vader, and calls them Anakin? Ahsoka does, talking shit.
Yeah. Tarkin suspects. Thrawn suspects.
And then I think, the library lady.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Jocasta Nu, yeah.
Jocasta Nu actually knew that, because she called him Anakin. Because I remember him coming down.
Anytime anyone calls Vader Anakin, he wants to fucking rage.
Oh, he just slaughters 12 people outside.
You mispronounced my name, bitch.
It's not Anakin. Dick exchange.
He pulls Kylo. Yeah, Kylo definitely is. So I said, I said Revan, Dooku, and Kylo. And you said Revan, Ahsoka, and what was your number 2? Kylo. Sorry.
I truly like mine, but not the fact. It's just weird that I have one like Sith. Well, I guess 2 bad guys, 1 good guy, but they're all from very different storylines. Like Kylo and Ahsoka would never overlap. Like nothing of mine overlaps. Yeah. It's hard for me to say Ahsoka when Obi-Wan's still a fucking badass. If I had to pick my favorite Jedi, it would be Obi-Wan. But Ahsoka's my more favorite character because of how she's involved. So my random question would be, who do you think meant more to Anakin, Ahsoka or Obi-Wan?
It's a good question. I know we were talking about that, like the Jedi Order versus Padme.
It's almost like father and daughter, like to Anakin. Like.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Did all these fuckers tune out? Like, what? Come on, what the?
Guys, fucking tune in.
This is the best part of the show, and you fucking fucked around. Holy shit, this smells like an actual brewery.
Yeah, we're doing a sipping beer for afterwards. 21st century.
Whoa.
21st Amendment. It's a Mexican lager. It's good.
This is fucking perfect.
It's great.
This is exactly what I needed.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Obi-Wan or Ahsoka?
So Obi-Wan, this is why I didn't put any light side people in my list. I understand that Rey is going through some shit. I understand that Luke, if you really break it down, like has gone through a tough time, but what we see in the movies, you don't really get to see the full picture of that. It just kind of seems like Weiss said last episode that he's just like happily floating from like
happy dancing,
like space to space. So I don't put any light side people in there because the reason people are on the dark side is because something has fucked with them to such a point where they fell, they turned against their friends, they decided to go to the unknown regions and find some solution. Like some big conflict has popped up and they've tried to make a change or make amends with that, and they have fallen on the dark side because of that. And that's why I love where that conflict is. And Kylo is the prime example of that, at least for what we see on screen. Like Adam Driver's portrayal, 1000% one of the best acting performances of my life. And it's just cool to see somebody on screen that is dark, but has some light trying to poke its way in. And he's a little bit unsure.
You know what would be really cool?
What would be really cool?
Is because inside the Star Wars universe, it's always black and white. You did one thing wrong, you're a Sith, you're an enemy to everybody, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I would love if they twisted that in a way that, like, Kylo's anger and confusion is not necessarily evil. Like, he doesn't want to openly kill everybody. He held a grudge against Luke, who tried to fucking kill him.
From his point of view, yeah. From a certain point of view.
No, not from a certain point of view. Luke tried to fucking kill him. One way or the other, he thought about it and or tried.
The real point of view is that, yeah, Luke thought about it and then changed his mind.
But you wake up to Luke half swing.
That's why the certain point of view thing solves every plot hole in Star Wars. Also why the flashback sequences in Last Jedi is fucking beautiful.
Him killing his dad is evil. Who are you talking about? Oh, Kylo.
Yeah, no, guaranteed. I'm not saying that he's not evil. I'm just saying that he's not 100% evil, guaranteed, with no conflict, goes through his plot, killing people left and right without any thought about it.
But that's almost, while I agree it is a porter.
A porter?
Let's drink about
It's
it.
a stout.
No, I agree it's evil, but I think it was means to an end for Kylo himself. Like, he's searching to kill his attacker. Mm-hmm. It's almost like with the attack on Padme, and Padme wants to kill in episode 2.
Yeah.
We're calling Padme evil because she's looking to kill her attacker.
Right.
That's how we're viewing Kylo right now.
Well, there's more to it than that.
I think, yeah, well, you start talking about the dark side and how you fall, and then you're kind of clouded on all the judgment. But it all comes back to human thought, and if you're holding a grudge, every time you see a picture of the person you're holding a grudge, you get pissed, and then I yell at you about how the podcast sucks ass. Like, it affects so much. Like, you go down one path, you can't turn back and take that back. You are forever down because you made a decision.
Once you turn down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny.
No, that's so incorrect, and
I agree.
They proved that wrong with Vader.
Yeah, 100%. I know.
Yoda doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's high as fuck by that time. He's tripping on beans. That's why I hate the original trilogy.
He was gassy as fuck. So gassy, he became gas. So many beans he got to eat to become...
Weiss was cracking me up last episode. He's like, how did Yoda, the Grandmaster of the Jedi Order, die? He fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's like, the blankets were too heavy.
No, I think and Shinobi just says, I'm calling it now. Kylo will turn back to the light side, but sacrifice himself to save others. I would love that. And I would love it.
I think it would fit.
You know what's weird is, he's gone down this path. He's made a decision. He killed his dad. But he also killed his fucking master, who's the evil villain of this sequel, or of this trilogy. So, where does it end? There has to be a switch in his mind where I can't do that. I can do anything for love, but I won't kill Chewie.
I would like to see some internal dialogue from him because I want to know why. I want to know why he was so dead set on committing himself to the dark side that he killed his dad. But then when the time came with Rey, he tried to get his mentor out of the way and then convince her to join him to do something else. So it's not just one motive, like trying to get back to Luke Skywalker. Like he tried to get Rey to join him to rule the First Order.
Could you imagine?
So there's something going on in his head where it's not just revenge with Luke. It's he wants to control things in a certain type of way. And I want to know like where that motivation comes from.
I wonder if there's like just going to be like an epiphany moment in episode 9 where like Rey, the fact that Rey and Kylo exist means there's going to be strife. Like there's going to be war, there's going to be conflict. So if they just off themselves, and I'm not saying they go out.
You mentioned that last episode. Like there's a lot of conflict because there's somebody on the light side that's like keeping things in balance. Oh, Rey just kills herself.
Because what would happen? Okay, Kylo, like, because the Force is always looking to balance itself.
It would just put itself in somebody else.
True, but it would take probably 30 years? Like the broom kid's gonna get pissed and stub his toe, and then he's gonna become a Sith. Like I feel like there could be something crazy at the end where there's no more strong Force power people. There's no more strong Force sensitives. There's no more people talking.
If the broom
you can't say anything else.
If the broom kid is training under Rey in episode 9, I walk out of the theater.
Welcome,
Godric.
Isn't there always desire to bring powerful Jedi over to the dark? But I'll continue. Jesus, Han was an emotional growth to the dark side. Oh, for Kylo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you obviously you see Kylo has his own motive. Like the fact that he killed Snoke in 8.
Killed Snoke when Rey was on his side and with him. Like he didn't just kill Snoke as soon as they showed up in his throne room at the beginning of the movie.
But do you think
he killed him when Rey was, traveled from Octo to like help him out and everything?
Converting Rey is a business decision. That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, it is. It's true.
But what was it situational because he thought, well, I'm going to bring in Rey because that's what Snoke wants. But we have such a connection where if I off Snoke, all the guards, me and Rey, can take all the guards.
This is a question that I have if Rian Johnson ever comes on the show. Like, I'm curious, is Kylo knew all along that Snoke was toying with him and got Rey in order to help him kill Snoke? Or do you see when Snoke says in episode 8, it was I who bridged your minds, and then it goes to Kylo and you see him just look up, I can't tell if he's surprised or if he's like, yeah, bitch, I knew that, and you're about to get cut in half. You know what I mean?
That's the side I'm on.
Like his expression is so vague that I can't tell which it's on. He just looks up. He's like, yeah, I knew that.
It's just like a recognition.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right.
He doesn't say like, I know. It's just like.
So I'm curious, like from the first time that the Force time thing happened, the Force Skype, like if Kylo was like, oh, she's not doing this. Oh, obviously it's Snoke. Okay, we're going to fucking toy with this in our direction and make things happen. Or was he literally being tweaked by Snoke? And then once he realized it happened, then he was like, bitch, you're getting out. I'm cutting you in half.
Hey, baby, I'm going to tweak you tonight. No,
Nope.
The only thing I have to say that opposes that thought is when they actually are bridged for the first time, he asks, like,
yeah, like you're not doing this. The effort alone would kill you.
What does he say? You're not wise enough, or you're not strong enough, or not.
I literally just said what he said.
What did he say?
You're not wise enough. He says, you can't be doing this. The effort alone would kill you. That's why he says.
There's a lot of gray water.
Which is what I love. I feel like this is one thing that I love about the sequel trilogy is that the happy dance type of era is over.
There is no love it.
It's not black and white. It's not easily good guy, bad guy. There's a lot of gray area. There's a lot of Kylo.
From a certain point of view.
And you mentioned this point. Kylo is on the dark side and is feeling a call to the light. We've never heard that before. Like Rey is with the Resistance, but comes from... Well, I guess we've seen that before.
So let's talk about the call to the light. Do you think that's like Leia?
No, it's probably...
Whoa. Do you think Leia... She's got to be an active Force user.
I think he fucking spent 16 years on the light side.
And doesn't have a legitimate...
Switched and is now like, Oh, wait. It's kind of... I can still hear it. Right? Like, you can't... How... All right, listen. Think about the transition.
We are all listening. It's a podcast.
Hey, guys, I just want to make sure you're listening, please.
Smell.
Think of... think of the transition that Anakin went to become Darth Vader. A long, gradual transition of him being scared to lose his wife. Then he ended up losing his wife. He got cut in half.
Whoa. He loses his mother.
And then his wife. All limbs gone, on fire, etc., being toyed by Palpatine. Realizes that the reason he went to the dark side doesn't even exist because he's like, well, we could probably figure it out, but I can't do it. All that shit happens.
Do you think
wait, let me finish. All of that stuff that
you
leads
can't finish here.
Anakin to the dark side. And then we see in the comic book, he commits. He's like, okay, Anakin's dead. I'm Vader. He's trying to convert and bleed the lightsaber. Listening intensifies. I like that concert. He pushes all those memories and stuff out of his mind because he has committed 100%. That's very intense shit. Think of what has happened to Kylo to make him change to the dark side.
It's been...
All that it has been is Snoke in his ear, and he wakes up to Luke standing over top of him, and that's it.
See, I think there's more to that. I think the Knights of Ren is going to answer a lot.
But what we've seen so far, his transition to the dark side is so minimal compared to Anakin's. Of course, he's still hearing beckonings from the light side and everything.
Dude, you know how quick I would turn to the dark side? I would wake up in the middle of the night, gotta pee, and slam my shin on something, and I would murder.
Electrocute the fucking bathroom.
And
listen, I would be born on the dark side. I named my 3 favorite characters. They're all on the fucking dark side.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
I'm surprised you, to be honest, I'm surprised you put, and I know you sing the praises of Dooku, but I'm surprised you didn't put Chewbacca.
I love Chewie. He's cool.
But he's still, and this isn't a knock to him, but he's still a number 2. Because Han and then Rey, like, he's always the
sidekick.
The sidekick, but in the best way you could ever be.
No,
like, he can run the motherfucker.
Yes.
He just doesn't. You don't have to. So
yeah, no negativity.
I'm gonna play Pazak in the back.
But
and
he
get
steps
drunk.
up when he needs to.
Yeah.
You see now that he's in the Falcon, he's in charge with Rey's in the gunner seat. If you had to ask me my favorite number 2s, Chewbacca definitely guaranteed.
K2.
And then K2, R2.
Ahsoka.
BB-8. Ahsoka's not a number 2. Get out of town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, what's your favorite color?
Orange.
It is not. Your favorite color is blue.
Blue.
Do you know what my favorite color is?
And then orange. What's yours?
I was actually wondering about this. So
green?
Yeah.
Nice. There's not that many colors, so.
There's an unlimited amount of colors,
good
actually.
Odds for guessing. I guess that's true. Yeah, no, it's blue and then orange for sure.
You know what's weird?
What's weird?
Commander and I have been best friends for 3-4 days. It's so weird that like the small stuff like that, I don't know that much. Like if I had to ask you your favorite animal, I don't fucking know.
I'm not a person that fucking thinks about my favorite animal, so why would I care about that bit of information?
I don't know. I was driving over here, and I actually, why I asked the color thing was I was driving over here. I was like, I was wonder what like the listeners might want to hear about us, and I was like, I wonder what Cody's favorite color is because I truly don't know. And I thought, I think you've said blue maybe 4 years ago or 7 years ago.
It's funny that you could probably guess my favorite Star Wars character, but couldn't guess like my favorite animal.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck that much about animals.
I have a clear-cut favorite animal.
What?
Guess it. Let's see. I'll even
turtle.
This guy over here knows better than you.
I don't know. How am I gonna guess? Panda? Turtle?
My favorite
Aardvark?
My favorite animal has.
He said we would get wrecked on the Newlywed Game. That's so true.
My favorite animal has forever been a hawk.
Really? That's interesting. That's cool.
Partly because
it's a fucking raptor.
Partly because of Animorphs, and that kid gets stuck as a hawk, and I thought that was bad fucking ass.
That's cool. Yeah.
What was his? Tobias. His name was Tobias. Oh my god, I'm so happy I remembered something. His name was Tobias.
I don't know. I read like the first book, and then I went to Everworld because the same person wrote Everworld.
You know what's funny is I read 100% of the Everworlds. I don't remember a fucking thing.
Dude, it's so good. It's the coolest premise ever.
I just remember them being in tunnels a lot.
Godric says we would get back to the Newlywed Game. We should do a Newlywed Game for all of the Star Wars podcasts that are co-hosted and try to do like a newlywed game between the two hosts. That'd be funny as fuck. At Celebration. April, bitch, I'm done.
We've never been done, but now we are.
I feel like I have the Everworlds up there. Yeah, there's 3 of them right there. First 3.
That's weird because I know, like, if you would have said Everworld to me, I would have known the cover, the fucking the text,
Yep.
the font,
With like the 2 eyes.
all of it. Yes, everything.
Yeah.
I don't remember a fucking word inside the book though.
Premise. So we've talked about this probably a year ago, a long time ago. If you've never heard of it, it's a teen adult. It's a young adult series. The premise is all the gods in mythology created their own world. So all the Norse gods, the Aztec gods, the Greek gods, everybody got together and created their own alternate dimension. And then this group of teenagers from our dimension, one of the chicks is fucking weird, and they try
woman.
Senna is her name. Chick, broad. What am I going to say? And they follow her, and they get accidentally like sucked into the other world. So there's like 5 or 6 teenagers, and they're living in this new world. Like they land in the Norse mythology realm of this new universe. So Loki's there, and Fenrir, the giant wolf, and everything is there. And then there's a big desert and jungle where there's Aztecs and like sacrificing people. And then they meet with like Merlin, and there's fucking dragons. Like they cover all the cool nerdy shit. Like
Just connect it all
the mythology that I've ever heard of has been so cool, and they just connect everything's like in one fucking world. It's so sweet. So, anyways, everworld.com squad pod.
That's funny.
Speaking of back to what we're talking about with Kylo and him getting seduced and everything, like this is why I really, really want to know more about Snoke. I know I've said this and I'm repeating myself, but
I want to ask before you get into that.
Yes.
Is there an issue that we don't know that much about Snoke?
I don't think it's from the main storyline. I don't think it's detrimental. But me as a giant Star Wars fan, I really want him to be one of our next big series.
You know why it's not detrimental? Because it's
Detrimental.
it's discriminal. Because the fucking story's not about Snoke. We don't need to know. All right. Like episode 7
this
and
guy
8.
is not pissed whatsoever.
Episode 7 and 8 is about Rey and Kylo.
I understand.
No, but these fuckers don't. Like, if
Dude,
I can understand,
listen.
I can understand you guys not enjoying 7 or 8. But if you don't enjoy 7 or 8 because you don't know everything about fucking Snoke and what he had for breakfast, go fuck off.
Listen,
I can't because you choke.
original trilogy was about Luke. But
Who was a shit
we
character?
ended up getting a prequel trilogy that is very much about Palpatine. I'm not saying
that's fucked. It's about Anakin.
And
what are you
Palpatine.
talking about? No.
Yes.
I would say it's about Anakin first, about Obi-Wan second, and then about Palpatine third.
I would say Palpatine second, probably.
Oh, you're wrong.
Listen, even if it's Palpatine third,
Listening continues.
that's a Why are we in person again? That's a big big number. What am I trying to say?
You've never spoke before.
Sorry. Even if he is like the third most important person in the prequels, he's up there. Like it's very much about how Palpatine is a nobody in the background, starts as a senator, gains control, and fucking starts the Empire. You can't deny that that's huge. The original trilogy doesn't.
Pivotal-wise, yeah.
The original trilogy doesn't not work without seeing the prequels, but seeing the prequels makes it way more interesting because you know all the background stuff. The sequel trilogy is perfectly fine by itself without Snoke's backstory, but as a huge Star Wars fan, I would really love to know a lot more about Snoke. How did he amass power? What did he look like before he was deformed?
What?
How did he seduce Kylo Ren away from Luke Skywalker?
What were his motives?
Yes. Exactly. You're answering my own questions for me.
I agree. I'm just saying, and if you don't like 7 or 8 because you don't know everything about Snoke, you're a shit human.
Well, you're just dumb. Yeah. It doesn't make the movie worse.
I also agree. I want to know everything about him.
Yeah.
But the fact that I don't get it in 7 and 8 doesn't mean 7 and 8 are terrible.
Yes. I should not have... that was one of the big awakenings is like...
No, The Force Awakened.
Thank you. I wanted to know
Commander
that
Awakened.
when we went into Last Jedi. It didn't happen. Snoke died. And I was like, well, this is fucked. And then I gradually realized, like, I should not have expected Snoke's backstory in a movie about Rey and Kylo.
Where does 8 rank for you now?
Like five,
halfway
4 or
through.
5, yeah, right in the middle.
That's about where it's at. For
We
me.
haven't done a ranking. I actually meant to do it with Weiss last week because he was also talking shit about Return of the Jedi. So maybe I actually haven't watched a Star Wars movie in like a month. It's a long time for me.
I watched Rush Hour like 3 times this week, so that's number
Star Wars
1.
rankings: Rush Hour,
Rush Hour,
Episode 5,
Rush Hour 2.
Rogue One, Episode 1.
Dude, the Rush Hour movies, I don't know what it is. And we talked about the dynamics between what's his first name?
Carter. Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, and then Will Smith and white dude.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Men in Black. Yeah.
Like those two dynamics, they work so well. But first of all, Rush Hour, it's not even close to me anymore. I watched Rush Hour twice in a week, and it was hilarious both times.
Yeah, Rush Hour is it's gem.
But it's like situationally funny. Like the stupid fool. Like it's not like he's telling a joke. He's just a jackass behind the wheel. Like
That's why you movies with jackasses are the best.
Well, you hear a joke, and then from there on, the joke's not as funny anymore. You put yourself in a situation and make it funny. That's funny forever. That's okay. And my mom always says, I don't really get the fucking Three Stooges because no, the Three Stooges is fucking hilarious because of the situation they're put in. Half of it's physical comedy and they're smacking each other, but it's like
You just got virtually so mad at your mom. I'm offended for her.
She knows. She knows my feeling about Three Stooges.
No, I understand what you mean, and that's like why we jive on a lot of ways in our sense of comedy. Me, you, and especially Tommy Boy too, is like the situational stuff and what this fucking dude is making an expression in the back of the room is the funniest part of any movie to me.
Yeah, because the joke, you can write a good joke, I'll laugh at it, and that's where it ends. That's the shitty thing about not physical jokes, but
stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a horror movie. Like you see it, you need some time before you see it again because you will remember all the jokes.
Exactly.
You see it, and then a year later you see it again, and that's probably like 2 or 3 watchings, and then you're done.
Unless you forget, the horror film is not going to be as scary. The laugh at the joke is not going to be as loud or whatever. You lose it. But the situational comedy, you put yourself in that situation, how would you act? Well, this fucker did this instead, and you're like, oh God, why did he do that? I love it. I fucking love it. I don't know what it is, and I just explained it. Well,
Mopar's pissed. He's back in town.
Utini.
No, that's good shit. I understand what you mean 100%.
So I do want. So one thing that I watched right before I came over was, I'm just gonna call him a fucking 10-year-old.
Who?
Kerner.
That's 1,000%
No,
accurate.
I watched a YouTube video and it popped up on, obviously my YouTube is like suggestion. Like I said, I'm just gonna call him a 10-year-old, but it was like a father and son, and they watched episode 1 for the first time. The kid was an existing Star Wars fan, and he knows most of the characters and everything, but he didn't watch the prequels because he knew people hated them.
That makes me so sad.
Yes, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Good.
Because the father was a great human being and said, listen, I want you to just sit here and watch it. You don't have to understand it all. Like a 10-year-old, trade federate, you don't really know. So just watch it. If you have any questions, I'll answer it along the way. Let's fucking go. And the kid was so hyped. But it's shitty that the kid... It took his father to go out of his way to be like, you should watch this.
Yeah.
Regardless of what everyone else says. Because as a 10-year-old, it sucks that I don't want to watch this because everybody else that it's popular to hate. Kids, first of all, you shouldn't be. Off. Yeah.
Go to your room and ground yourself because you shouldn't be watching this.
Ground yourself and then put in episode 1. But that's so pissed off of this whole situation. I can't.
Good on that dad for
do
fixing
what
it,
the fuck you want to do. Why would you don't take everybody else's opinions? You could really fucking it could be a 0 out of a million movie rating. You could fucking like it.
Yeah. I like it.
UHF is the worst movie ever made.
Hilarious.
Jerk off to it twice a week. Like, Mom, if you're still on here, I'm sorry.
There's an issue. There's an issue here. I want to talk about it because it's frustrating as hell because all of the anti-Star Wars hatred of the new stuff happened when Phantom Menace came out with all the old fans that loved the original trilogy, waited in line for like 2 days to see episode 1, back when they still did midnight releases, which I actually miss because waiting in line is kind of fun.
Mud Night.
And it was not what they expected or wanted or had ever seen before, and they were pissed about it. That all happened back then before social media even existed. That got ingrained in the culture of reviews of Star Wars, of people's opinions of Star Wars. You see documentaries that came out anytime between like 2000 and 2000, even up to Force Awakens, like 2015. There's like a 15-year gap where anything that mentioned Star Wars was like, Star Wars changed my fucking life. Didn't really watch the prequels, but Star Wars changed my life. That happens. Everything I've seen, the toys that made us, that documentary on Netflix, like even that, everything they talked about was the original trilogy toys from Kenner Toys, which is cool. I mean, it's cool because it's historic, but everyone that they talked about was like, didn't really love the prequels.
It's 2,000% nostalgia. First of all, the toys now blow the shit away. A fucking pop now compared to an action figure back then. Look at this shit. That's Cad Bane right there. That is fucking Cad Bane. Fucking A. Welcome to the podcast, Cad Bane. Like, I thought he was actually here for a second. Second of all, damn, I missed a show. Travis Dunn. We're in the middle of it.
We're done.
Christ. Actually, we had Jesus beer earlier, so. No, we didn't. We had to
because
throw
it was
it
corked.
out.
We're having it next year.
We're not.
Next year. Okay, we got to ramble this in real close.
Ramble it in.
I was just frustrated for a while that was part of the Star Wars fan culture.
The nightmare that I see now is because the father of children now not for this guy in particular, because this was the best father thing that could ever have happened in my example. But
don't distract yourself with that. Keep talking.
I don't read most of anything.
Keep talking. Stop saying.
I'm just saying.
Keep talking.
Well, I'm just saying my nightmare, and it's coming true, is fathers, and mothers, Star Wars fans that were not happy with the prequel trilogy would sway their children not to see it.
Yes.
Sway
anyone not to see it.
First of all, fuck you. I don't care if you like it or not. Your child might fucking love it.
Yeah.
Why would you limit your children because you had an opinion about something so many years ago? I didn't like Jar Jar, so I didn't watch episode 2 or 3. Dude, your kid could fucking love episode 2.
Yeah.
It's the worst one. I don't give a fuck. It could be like the spark. Shut up.
Please. I think it's becoming way more clear now that we have 3 separated generations of Star Wars. Like people that loved the original trilogy,
people that are old,
kids, people that are old now. They are in one generation.
Yep.
People grew up with the prequels like us.
Extremely young people.
Obsessed.
Yep.
Love that. And there are kids now that are growing up with Rebels and the sequel trilogy that love that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to realize that, like,
they can't. It's hard to like make everybody happy.
Well, it's not even that so much as you can't expect every new generation. There's a 16-year gap between episode 6 and episode 1. And if you think about it, there's a 22-year gap between episode 4 and episode 1. You can't expect those movies to be the same. You can't expect Lucas to write the same fucking thing.
It should be the same.
You're right. Damn it. We should do as a test. I'm going to take this audio file and release it as every episode every week for like 6 weeks and see what happens.
It's a bet.
Or we should take our favorite or our most downloaded episode and just release that every single week. It's like, yeah, you guys want the same thing every time, right? Yeah, guaranteed. Star Wars fans, yep.
I had to muddle through. So Travis Dunn's actually a good example. I had to muddle through.
He once again didn't read the full message.
What?
He was making fun of you for not reading the full message.
That's what I was trying to talk about earlier.
Like, I had to muddle through. So, yep, he was talking about this.
I know exactly what you're saying.
No, please continue for the listeners.
I had to muddle through, but I let my kids experience them when they were old enough.
What does that mean, old enough?
Christ, there's not any bangs. Yes, there is.
Any what?
You're
Bangs?
very beautiful, my lady, when her tits are popping out.
Episode 3 was PG-13. The other 2 were PG. You're good to go.
Can you imagine? Episode 2, there's tits everywhere.
That one scene by the fireplace, and that's it.
What? Midriff?
That
was the hottest thing I had
kids
seen in
don't-
a long
It's
time.
true, but kids don't pay attention to that shit.
We did.
I want a pop of Padme. In
No
that
one.
little fucking white thing when she gets cut by that.
I hope that's what the Padme book's about. Is her choice of midriff.
Stop.
No, I love that.
All right, it's over. Travis Dunn continues. I'm only disappointed they haven't got to watch the original theatrical version. Okay, for everybody that is watching, and you too, because I don't know if you watched these yet.
You two sucks.
Okay. I don't care. I don't care. One of our patrons was so kind as to upload the despecialized version. So this isn't an official cut. This is somebody put together various versions of original cuts of the original trilogy of Star Wars. I said original a lot there, but it's hard not to.
Spark it.
The sparks of everything. It is as close to a cinematic version in HD that we're going to get. So it's called Despecialized. Look it up. If you're a patron of the show, Weiss has been so kind as to upload those for everybody, so you can just download it from the link. I've watched episodes 4 and 5 1,000,000 times better. I
can
swear
imagine.
to God, it's 1,000,000 fucking times better. I watched episode 4, and it was kind of like a religious experience because I haven't seen the original uncut stuff since you had the VHS, and we watched those in high school. So it's been like 12, 13 years.
Was a long time ago.
12 or 13 years since I've seen those, yeah. So it was great to watch that, and I'm looking forward to 6 because people have said by far 6 is the best one. It removes the Sice Noodles fucking jam band thing and all that bullshit from episode 6.
That's not the worst part of episode 6.
What are you fucking scoffing about?
The fact that they get rid of Sly Noodles is...
What do you have to say? Continue.
That's her name, isn't it?
No, it's Cy Snoodles. Sorry, I gotta text myself so I don't forget.
That's...
It's a big part of the fucking scene, man. It's like a full 2 minutes.
We forgot about Grievous.
Talking about. Sorry, guys. If you're not watching this, you're pissed.
Like the best character.
He's cool, but he's not the best.
He's got 4 arms.
He's not the best. He's just cool.
The dog.
Okay,
Holy
keep talking.
shit.
I think we're about done with this shit. Resistance looks great.
No, I just... There's a lot of bad stuff in episode 6. The fact that you get rid of part of a jam band, you're going to say, oh, it was fucking perfect then.
That's just part of it.
No, it's most of it.
The cringiest part of episode 6 for me has been most of Jabba's palace. Now I'm going to see the original version of that. That's a big part of the solution. Anyone listening, you couldn't see that.
That's what happens. That's
I understand.
half of the sail barge. Fake kick.
You got to take what you can get.
I'm going to swing this. As soon as it gets close to you, you just jump.
Oh, I got a piece of it. Okay, you just take what you can get, though. That's just part of it.
We're going to give away a broken piece of something here now. I said it, so we got to do it.
Long story short, just if you haven't seen the Despecialized in a while, or at all, go find them. Do them. Watch it. It's good for you.
Highly recommend. We have to do our giveaway because we almost forgot.
We do. We forgot last week, and we almost forgot this week, so it's time to do it. So what's happening today is the Ray.
Despecialized version.
Despecialized Ray.
Could you imagine if they made the Kenner toys now? Be like, this doll has no hair. Actually, she comes with pants, and that's it.
I would love for them to just troll themselves and make like a special version of episode 7 just for fuck around.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the Island Adventure Ray with the robes and everything from episode 8. This is going to one of our patrons.
The head doesn't move. It's missing a leg.
It's missing all the pieces, and I dropped it on the floor
It
and
actually
stepped on it.
doesn't look like Ray at all.
It's going to one of our patrons at our $10 tier. Time to plug Patreon.
Patreon.com/Rogue Squad Pod and or just search Rogue Squadron Podcast. We do give a
We give something away once a month.
We do a giveaway every month for our $10 tier. Not only do you get to join our fucking craziest thing ever message
Yes.
board thing.
Yes. And I will say, most people have said that their favorite thing about this is that Star Wars fans are annoying as fuck and they all want to complain about everything. But our WhatsApp group chat is a place where everybody can be like, oh shit, the Resistance trailer dropped. That's actually where I saw it for the first time. Brian Shannon shared that in the chat. Resistance trailer dropped and everyone's like, well, this looks cool. Animation style is cool. It's different. I'm interested. I'm excited. Except for Jammy, who was being a fucking bitch about everything.
Well, I was
Jammy.
just gonna say with it, no one gets criticized, but Cripes over here.
Well, I mean, we gotta fuck with each other. It's the Rogue Squadron podcast. What do you want?
I think it's a fair, like, it's a safe space for Star Wars fans.
You can say whatever you want. I shouldn't do that. Actually, we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube. Shit, that's hate speech.
What's hate speech?
Everything.
Are you talking? I hate it.
All right, so the giveaway happens. The $10 tier or above, it happens once a month. Somebody in that tier gets it.
Also, before you give this shit away,
month,
before you give this shit away, not only do you get part of the fucking message feed thing, WhatsApp group, which is part of. Listen, this is one of the greatest things of all time. We're downplaying that because everybody in that group is fucking awesome, and you can say Snoke sucks because X, Y, Z, and all this, and we're all like, shit, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But I still like Snoke.
Right.
Not only do you get that, but every week we do a Patreon call where motherfuckers get on and actually yell at us.
Yes.
And we record that shit and put it up. So if you want to be a part of that and even if it's for 1 week because you watched one episode and hated every opinion of ours and you want to get on there and be
yell
like,
at us, be like,
hey,
dude, you're wrong.
Mopar, did you have a stroke during that episode? Like,
yes, I did. Thanks for bringing it up. My hospital bills are piling up. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I would definitely just at least head on over there, check out the tiers, buy us a beer, do whatever the fuck you want. We're going to give this away.
The Ray
tier.
Black Series is going to Mr. JD 8A2U14837.
That's a mistake.
That's a mistake. All right, he should be kicked out, right? And I'm just going to keep the... Is that how that works?
I don't want it. Look how shitty it looks. Ray sucks.
It's a female character. I'm just going to burn it. Is that what happens now?
That's why it's covered in all this flammable material.
No, this is cool. And actually, we would love some feedback too. So if you are a patron and you're listening, most of our giveaways have been Black Series. So we're trying to work out a partnership for some of the giveaway stuff that we do. It's not locked down yet. So if you guys have opinions like, I don't want the Black Series, I want something cool, like a Star Wars coaster or a fucking koozie or something like that, let us know. We don't have to get Black Series every week. I just kind of figure that's what people want because they're the most high quality figures besides Hot Toys, which are like $300.
What are that?
It's like the highest def, like collectible action figures that you can get.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
pretty much all I
Well,
have to say.
congratulations, JD. Did you meet JD when we went out to...
I did when I went the first time. I went to that Frankenson's place with JD,
I never met.
Ted Pulio, and who the fuck else did I go with? Riley, and somebody else though. Oh, that was Jamie. That was the first time when he walked up and said, "Hey," and then he left. So, good memories.
Jamie.
All right, JD, I'm gonna smash this and then send it to you in the mail.
Sounds good. All right. Last but not least,
thanks again for our beer sponsors, Tavour, TAVOUR.com. Sign up.
what's
Code word Rogue,
Rogue?
not Rouge, Rogue.
$10 off.
$10 off an order of 25. Again, just pile up those beers that you like, that you see in your inbox, add them to your thing, and they'll ship them out once a month.
And they send you little tidbits. So if you download the app, you get updates, featured beers, blah, blah, blah. And they'll give a short description of it, something you want. Click add, and they'll ship it to you.
Boom.
$10 off.
Indeed.
Promotion Rogue.
And then Utini.
Utini.
Which we never actually spelled this out earlier. I'm sure you could figure it out, but Utini, YOUTINI.com. Star Wars canon books and eventually some Legends books delivered every month. Sign up. Code word Squadron gets you 10% off your first month of subscription.
And if you want an extra discount and you just like the show and thinking about becoming a patron, patrons get 25%. So you'll actually save money on both accounts.
Imagine this. You sign up for the Patreon. It costs you $10. You win the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
You get an extra discount on the Utini.
Yeah.
And then you cancel. You shouldn't, but you do. How much shit did you just get for a $10 thing? And then you get to talk to all of us and talk shit. It's a great deal.
If anyone cancels, I'm finding you.
I'll find you.
Limited experience.
That's about enough of what I've had of it. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. This is worse than anything I've ever heard before.
Travis Dunn, I've had enough of you two talking and stuff.
Kern does that every week. One word. I got to pee so bad.
I'm getting there.
Damn, fuck. Shit. Okay.
Gotta have a corkscrew.
Yeah, I'll have to remember that for next week. Well, guys.
You know what you're not gonna remember next week is a corkscrew.
Well, I'm going to get one and put it in here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We love you. Yes. Some of our biggest fans left after like an hour, so you guys are dead to me.